Welp, I screwed up. I screwed up big time. I was gonna do a review for Deadpool and Wolverine on Saturday or Sunday, but things change and sorry that I didn't post on Saturday or Sunday, but now I'm here to review Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, let me start with the pros for this movie. The first pro that I have is that the cameos. The cameos were very surprising. I was lucky enough to not be spoiled for this movie, so when I came in and watched it, I was just so happy with the cameos. I did expect a bit more, though. I think I expected like a bit more in this movie. Like I expected Deadpool and Wolverine to go into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Unfortunately, they did not. They did not go there. Most of the time they stayed in the void, like it was reported. So yeah, I think I did make my expectations go a bit higher than most people did. So I think that's the reason. I probably should have made my expectations a bit lower. Obviously, like Deadpool said in the movie, um, it's very expensive to get these actors. So I do understand why the cameos weren't really the type of cameos that are like popular. So I do understand that, but besides the point, the cameos are still really great and I absolutely loved it. But another pro of this movie is that it's just it's not like nostalgia rate. It's not full of all these nostalgia. The whole story is not just about nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia. It's not just that. It's also a heartwarming movie. There are like some scenes that can get like kind of emotional. It's very fun. It's it sometimes can get serious when it wants to. It can go from like funny to like emotional in just like a few seconds, and I absolutely respected that and loved what they did with that, and I'm just so happy that they did that. And also, another pro of this movie is the humor. The humor is like so funny. It's not just filled like with butt jokes and all that stuff. Boss baby. Um, yeah, I think that it was like absolutely great. It wasn't just butt jokes, but it was also like jokes about like the MCU and all that stuff. And they didn't like fill the whole movie up with jokes. Like there was like jokes here and there, like when the jokes were like needed, and it was just like very funny. I almost laughed through the whole movie, especially that intro where Deadpool was a spoiler, where Deadpool was dancing to Bye Bye Bye. I was chuckling the whole time. I was laughing. It was just so funny. Also, okay, another spoiler. Uh when he was using the adamantium from the bones of Logan, the Logan 2017, he was using the bones to kill the TVA. That was just like so funny, and I just love that. Now, getting into the cons with this movie, let me start off by saying that I didn't really like how the movie was so fast paced and so short. I know this is the longest Deadpool movie out of all three of them, but I kind of wish that it was like about like 2 hours and like 35 to like 42 minutes. I'm not saying I want every single Marvel slash superhero movie to be more than 2 hours, but I just felt like the character development like could have went more into depth, especially with Cassandra Nova because we didn't really get to see her a lot, and I feel like if they made it a bit longer, then we could have like seen like again like a bit more cameos, especially with the multiverse and explaining it more, maybe like explaining the people who were in the movie, especially the cameos. We could have like talked about them more. We could have had room for like a lot of more cameos, honestly, if this movie was longer. But yeah, I think it's Being honest, I was kind of sad that there wasn't a lot of screen time for these cameos. Like the cameos, the screen time for them, it wasn't really that long. So yeah. So I kind of do wish that there was more screen time and like just like a longer movie in general. I hope that they do make like a Deadpool and Wolverine extended edition because if they do, I will totally buy that. I will totally watch it. And yeah. See, another con for this movie that I have is the very unexpected cameos. I don't know if that's really a pro or a con, but there was like a leak a few months before the movie came out that Deadpool and Wolverine were gonna jump into the Marvel universe and like put their own R-rated spin in on the moments from like phases 1 to 4. So I don't know if that's like fake or not, but my theory is that since the leakers leaked that, Marvel Studios was like, oh shoot, and they like completely changed that part and like they deleted the MCU universe part. So yeah, that was kind of like sad. I kind of wish that we didn't get leaked that, or else we could have had that, or maybe it was just fake. I don't know, but yeah. Another con was the unexpected cameos. Cameos were like very unexpected. I was kind of like let down by it. I kind of felt like sad that we didn't have like the X-Men or like the new X-Men, Magneto, Jean Grey. But I feel like the reason for that was mainly cuz this Wolverine's X-Men died and throughout the whole movie he's just grieving and he's like, he's developing himself like to like let go of it and like help himself. So I think like bringing back the X Men and him just seeing it, I think that would kind of just be lazy writing. But yeah, I think I kind of understand why they didn't add the X Men. They added X Men villains, which I'm kind of happy with. Because I binge watched almost like all the X Men movies before this movie, so I'm pretty happy that like me watching it still paid off, even though we didn't see the X Men heroes, but we saw the X Men villains. Leading to my final con with the movie, the first half is like really detailed, like it's very good, but I feel like the second half is very rushed. Like the part where Deadpool and Wolverine went into the portal, where we thought that they were gonna go into the Marvel universe, it was just very rushed because right after they went into the portal, the rest of the movie flies by like by 10 seconds. Like you don't really get to like understand more of the movie because like it's just rushed right after they get into the portal. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed that like the second half was kind of like rushed. It was like kind of felt like um they just rushed it, but I still really enjoyed it. There are some really good moments, but I just prefer the first half more than the second half of the movie. But yeah, I'm still really happy with this movie and I give it a solid 9.2 out of 10. I really loved it. I will totally buy the Deadpool and Wolverine DVD and I would totally buy the Deadpool and Wolverine extended edition if hopefully they get that. So yeah, that's my review for the day. I will be making a San Diego Comic Con recap. But yeah, anyways, my name's Elias. Take care.